Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to do that Q&A I promised to do. I said I'd do it a week after the video announcing it came out, and that just didn't happen. It's now about 2 weeks since the video came out, so I thought I'd just do it now. I haven't got as many questions as last time, and I thought I'd just do it like this because, I can't be bothered to get the good camera out and set it all up and, sort it all out and all of that sort of thing. It's a little bit more hassle than it's worth, considering this video will get watched by 4 or 5 people. So yeah, the questions this time, I've got to say, quality-wise, have been pretty good. Pretty solid stuff. So let's get on with it. This first set of questions, I've got 5 questions from Aaron Jones. The first one is, what is your favourite moment in Videodrome? This is a great question. I love that film. I would probably say either the scene where Max pulls the gun out of his chest and it then kind of combines with his hand and the metal from the gun is fusing with his hand, or the scene where him and Debbie Harry are kind of getting it on, and suddenly they walk from the apartment to being in the set of Videodrome. I think they're both great scenes, really chilling scenes, very cool. I also love that scene near the end where the dude's like his skull's cracking and all the shit seeping out. I like that as well. Great film. I'd highly recommend Videodrome. That's my favourite David Cronenberg movie, and hence one of my favourite movies. Second question, which is your favourite track from the album Creatures of the Night? Right now, I'm going to go with the title track, I would say. I love every track on that album. I think Creatures of the Night is fantastic, but it's all good. I love that title track, but I love every track on that album. There's absolutely no filler there for me. Ugh. Will you see the It remake in cinemas? I'd say it's highly unlikely. Which is your favourite film in the Rec series? I've only ever seen the first one, but that one was really good. So yeah, the first Rec movie. I can't comment any further than that. I own 2 and 3. I don't own the 4th one, but I will get round to watching them eventually. 5. Do you like Vinnie Vincent's solo stuff? Vinnie Vincent Invasion? No. Well, some of the tunes are pretty good. Twisted, I think, was a pretty good song. I don't mind Boys Are Gonna Rock. But on the whole, I just don't like the fact that Vinny went from being a great songwriter on Lick It Up to a terrible songwriter on those 2 albums. The vocals just do my head in, frankly. So yeah, thank you very much for your questions, Aaron. The next set of questions come from All Out War 5001. That's James Gilman. Let's talk about these questions. He hasn't actually given any serious questions at all. Let's breeze through them as quickly as possible. Is it true that Limp Bizkit almost made you quit music? Best pair of tits you've ever seen and best vagina you've ever seen? My mother's doesn't count. That's a funny little gag you've thrown in there. Nice preemptive strike. Seriously though, the last proper girlfriend I had, which was frighteningly long ago, sort of 3 and a bit years ago now, I was going out with her. She basically had a porn star's body, to be frank. So yeah, I'll go with her. What do you think of the It trailer and why is it hot garbage? Didn't watch it. Sorry. Are you actually the person turning the frogs gay? What's gayer, a strap-on that wore Freddie Mercury like a coat, or Greg after a few Jack and Cokes? Greg's gayer than that, even before the drinking, to be frank. Did Maiden Slave say he went out for a pack of cigarettes before disappearing? No, he was a lot more direct than that. What's your top 3 fetishes? older women, zombie porn, and don't know. Tits? Is that a fetish? If feet are a fetish, then tits have to be. Have you ever jacked it so hard that you ripped your skin? Yeah, but hasn't everyone? Who's your favourite new wave group and why is it split ends? It's actually Squeeze. They're easily. I mean, they're not really. I guess they're a new wave group. They're around at that time. But yeah, it's Squeeze. Why is Merry Christmas, I Don't Want to Fight Tonight one of the best songs from Brain Drain? It's really not, James. Let's grow up and be honest with ourselves here. That song is abysmal. The best song on Brain Drain is Pet Sematary. But aside from that, I'd probably go with Punishment Fits the Crime. Or, I Believe in Miracles. Those are all really good songs. Why is Brosy so lazy that he's resorted to asking my dumbass to make videos for his channel? I find that funny as well. This whole Downfall Network thing. I do find that pretty funny. How many people are there on the network? Is it just Brody and Hunter? I don't know. It's funny. Why is LD50 by Mudvayne the greatest new metal album ever? Look, I don't really like new metal, but the best new metal album is probably Korn's debut. Let's be honest here. Why are you tearing the community apart? When did the community last exist? About 6 months ago? You know, it's would you fuck me? Only if I could call you Brenda. Next set of questions comes from Mr. Singularity. Fave movie from the Alien franchise. That would be the first one. I think both the first and second Alien movies are great, but the first one definitely edges it out for me. Much as I like the second one. Fave Mastodon album. That would be Crack the Sky. Although I do love Blood Mountain as well, because Blood Mountain was when I got into them. Question 3 from Mr. Singularity. Why did you cut your hair? I cut my hair because I had a job interview and I decided to shave my beard off. And once I'd done it, I instantly regretted it because I just thought I looked weird with long hair and no beard. So, in order to, kind of a short-term solution to a long-term problem, I cut all my hair off. But I'm totally glad I did it. I got the job. I think I prefer this now to the long hair in terms of the way it looks. Although I love the kind of liberating aspect of having long hair. I do like this look. Are you buzzing for Alien Covenant? No, because I saw the trailer and I just don't get how millions of dollars of CGI and all this research and 25 years of work has and they still can't get it looking as good as a bloke in a rubber suit, for fuck's sake. If that's what you got to do, then that's what you got to do to make it look good. I don't know. It just doesn't look like it's going to be any good, frankly. Do you like Black Sabbath's Born Again album? Yes, I absolutely love that album. There's not a track on it that I don't like. In fact, my least favourite track on the album's Hotline, and that song's still pretty good. What type of M&Ms are your favourite? I would go with the peanut ones. Provided... Actually, no, this is twofold. If we're in the UK, it is peanut, because the chocolate is made by Nestle rather than Hershey's, as it is in America, and Hershey's chocolate is fucking foul, okay? Nestle M&M's all the way on that one. When it comes to the US, though, peanut butter is easily my favourite variety of M&M's. In fact, I would say that overall peanut butter is my favourite kind of M&M's. People in the US, you don't realise quite how spoiled you are. Like, we get like 3 varieties of M&M's and that's it, whereas you guys get fucking hundreds. And yeah, peanut butter are amazing. Question 7, Coke or Pepsi? That one. 8, favourite video game? That would be Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy's Kong Quest on the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. Favourite Viz character? Sid the Sexist or Buster Gonad? McDonald's or Burger King? Burger King, in terms of the food. Although I did used to work in a Burger King and it was one of the worst experiences of my life. KFC or a curry? Gotta be the curry, man. You know, a beef madras or a chicken vindaloo. I'd take that any time over a curry, over a KFC. Are you buzzing for Blade Runner 2049? Not really. I don't really care. I think that, Blade Runner is one of those movies that doesn't need a sequel. It's fine as it is. Do you like The Thing by John Carpenter? Yes, I've reviewed it. It will probably be in the description if I can be fucked. And yeah, it was in my top 10 sci-fi movies on the podcast. So yes, I do really like that movie. Do you like The Thing prequel from 2011? I haven't seen it. Sabbath or Zeppelin? Sabbath every fucking time. I don't think there's any band that you could put up against Sabbath, and I would say that they were better than Sabbath. I think they were the best band. Next up, Insignia Metal Reviews. The Metalography, Nathan Insignia, call him what you will, has left me, how many questions? 22 questions. Cool. So number one, favourite movie director. This is a tough one. I'm going to go with David Cronenberg, as I feel at the moment. I don't know. I've never seen a David Cronenberg film that I didn't enjoy. Talking about his feature length stuff. So yeah, I'll go with David Cronenberg for that one. I guess if I was going on, kind of mean averages, and in terms of making films that I absolutely love, I would probably say maybe George Romero has made a lot of films that I adore. But yeah, it's a toss-up between the two, I guess. What movie studios would be the Microsoft, Sony and Nintendo of the movie industry? I don't know. I guess Nintendo would be Disney, because or rather Disney would be Nintendo because they've got all the franchises. I don't know about the other two. Sorry. I don't know. Sony would be Sony and Microsoft would be Universal, I guess. I don't know. Favourite horror comedy? That would be Braindead, the 1992 Peter Jackson zombie movie, also known as Dead Alive in America. I don't just love it for the comedy, I love it for the horror as well, and I love it for the gore. The gore in that movie is fan-fucking-tastic. Would you agree that Morbid Angel, without the chemistry of both Pete and Trey together, is Morbid Angel in name only? Well, we'll have to see about that. When the new album comes out, that's when I will, have a solid answer, concrete answer on that question. Because that is it really depends, because we had Illard obviously, and that album just sucked donkey dick, and so maybe the fact that Pete wasn't there was irrelevant to that. I think this next album will be very telling. Obviously I'm hoping it's good, but the fact that Pete isn't there is obviously still a worry. So yeah, I can't really answer that at the moment, but yeah. 5, favourite Mr. Superior moment. That would be that's a tough one. That would be the time in the live stream when he was in the live stream both on his phone and on his computer, and he couldn't work out what was wrong, and he was trying to turn his phone off but couldn't, and all of that. That was very funny. Favourite Ryan moment? It's got to be when he drank out of the cup with nothing in it. 7. Do you watch any sports? If so, which ones? I watch American football religiously. Cowboys through and through. Anytime Millwall are on the telly, I watch them. I also, if Millwall are playing on the radio, I listen. But unfortunately, that's, the telly isn't often. But yeah, I follow Millwall in the football. I watch a bit of boxing from time to time. I also enjoy ice hockey quite a bit. I will always put ice hockey on if it's on. Um, what else? I don't mind a bit of cricket. I can watch a bit of cricket. Um, to be honest, most sports I will watch. I won't necessarily enjoy all of them. I don't mind athletics when that's on. The older Tour de France road cycling's great when that's on the telly. I really enjoy that. You wouldn't think it would be so entertaining, but it really is. So yeah, I mean, I am a sports fan. I've got to be honest. Why must you hate Top Gear? Because it's shit. I mean, cars are boring. Okay, cars are boring, and having that presented by three incredibly irritating men is just not the way it works. Favorite Rock and Metal Combat podcast moment? I'm not sure about that. I don't know. Uh, uh, the time Ian told Terrence to buy a wig. Favorite Ironcast moment. That would be recently. It is when Mr. T changed the lyrics of "Careless Whisper" to "Guilty Balls Have Got No Jism." Worst movie of the last 10 years. That's let's see. What films have I seen in the last 10 years that I really, really fucking hated? So the more I think about it, that Blair Witch movie was fucking awful. Um, yeah. What else? I remember going to see a movie called Street Dance 3D. I was going with my cousins, and the movie that I wanted to see had ended its theatrical run. I think it was Four Lions, but I could be wrong. And so I instead went to see Street Dance 3D with them, and it was just terrible. Really, really terrible. So yeah, either one of those two, I guess. I haven't seen every movie in the last 10 years, and to be honest, most of the time when a movie comes out that I know I'm not going to like, I just don't go to see it. Opinions on Brexit. Yeah, it's just a bad idea. I think really, we're going to basically lose funding for everything. And at a time when funding is being cut constantly by our government, that is probably a very, very bad thing. Best and worst Friday the 13th movie. Best is the first one, worst is Jason Goes to Hell. Best and worst Halloween movie. Best is the first one, worst is Halloween Resurrection. Will you ever do album reviews? I do every week on the podcast, pretty much. Yeah, and I've done a couple on this channel. It's just that nothing has come along in a while that I really wanted to review. Favourite metal album of 2016? That would be Terminal Redux by Vector. Absolutely every time. That's an instant classic of an album. It's perfect. Favourite movie of 2016? That is The Girl with All the Gifts. Fuck, who directed it? I've forgotten. But it's got Gemma Arterton and Paddy Considine in it. It's basically like an infection movie that kind of takes the kind of Day of the Dead formula of being, several years into the apocalypse, and possibly the last people on Earth. I enjoyed the fuck out of that. I'd probably go with, as a secondary favourite, Green Room, the Jeremy Saulnier. Is it Jeremy Saulnier movie? Yeah, with Anton Yelchin. I know that was actually 2015, but it got released in UK cinemas in 2016, so I'm considering it a 2016 movie. It was just fucking brutal and a really great horror movie all round. Will you and Maidenslave ever become roommates? We are roommates. Hugh! Come on. I'm doing the Q&A. What? He's shy. Best subgenre of metal. I'm a death metal. I'm a death metal guy through and through, really, easily. Old school death metal, like Florida style death metal. That's my shit. Worst genre of music. I fucking can't stand jazz. I've said it before. You know, it gets brought up all the time on the podcast. I just, if there was a jazz band playing in the same room as me, I'd fucking leave. Why do you look like a fucking cauliflower melded onto that dude's face from Wolf Creek? Calm down, Insignia. And his last question: favourite Dio solo album? Holy Diver. Easily, yeah. That was just the way to start a career off on absolutely the right foot. You know, I'd probably say that his solo career was, one of my less favourite things of his career. You know, Rainbow would be at the top, then probably his two albums. I mean, I know he did multiple albums with Black Sabbath, but the original two albums he did with Black Sabbath. And then the Dio stuff would come in but Holy Diver and Last in Line are both great albums. So yeah, I'd go with Holy Diver on that one. So yeah, thank you for your questions, Insignia. This next set of questions is from Downfall Network. Yeah. Machinima are quaking in their fucking boots. How do you have such a shitty opinion that Warmaster is somehow the best Bolt Thrower album? Well, they did plenty of great albums. That's just the one that I really like. It's probably not my absolute favourite, and if it is, it's not by far. I love Realm of Chaos and In Battle There Is No Law and The Fourth Crusade. Bolt Thrower didn't do a bad album. When am I going to be on your podcast again? That shit was funny. It was very funny. Very funny indeed, I agree. And we will have to sort it out sometime. We're really bad at booking guests. It's, we struggle enough to, get episodes done with just the three of us. Bringing in a fourth person, a fourth schedule to, deal with those conflicts can be very hard. Why did Insignia succeed from the Union and become a sub-confederate? I haven't heard that joke in so long. Are you a part of the conspiracy? Yeah. Are you a supremacist? Yes. When should I kill the ARC? Didn't you do that a long time ago? A long time ago. Would you like to see a Morbid Angel retro soon? Yes, I would. I really would. I'd be very interested to see that. What do you think of retrospectives? I only watch the ones I'm interested in, and even then, I just sort of skip through bits of them. What do you think of my new people? The only one I've seen... Do you mean, in terms of the network, the only one I've seen is Hunter. And, yeah. Hunter's Hunter. Brexit is a great idea. That's not a question, that's a statement. And not only that, it's a very wrong statement from someone who doesn't know really what they're talking about. When are you going to admit that you're responsible for Ryan not coming back? Ack. I'm not the one who stole his iPad. That was him. He ate it. He ate his iPad. That's why he's not coming back. Where is Hugh? Hugh. Oh, where is Hugh? We live together now. He's expecting my baby. Why does every song you play on the ukulele sound the goddamn same? Fuck you, Brody. Do you want me to throw out there the video of you playing Rime of the Ancient Mariner on your shitty guitar? Yeah. Didn't think I'd go there, did you? What is the most recent terrible album and why is it the new Mastodon album? I don't listen to much music anymore, dude. I just don't really have the time. It's almost like I've said, hey, I've got a bunch of albums I like, I'm just going to listen to them. Which is sad, really. What is your honest opinion on UMO? Unpopular Metal Opinions. It is a group full of people with no fucking... with autism, basically, People throw around autism as an insult in that group, and it's pretty funny because I haven't seen anyone post there that I honestly believe, has any friends. What is your honest opinion on Ralph Vieira? He's alright. I don't mind Ralph Vieira. What is your honest opinion on me? You're a bit of a faggot. What is your honest opinion on Insignia? He's an Australian, and I like him very much. What is your honest opinion on Luke Innes? One absolute cunt. When I dismantle the ARC, should I destroy Insignia first? I think you need to do it before he destroys himself, Brody. Okay, so we've got 25 questions now from Terence. Mr. T. Mr. T, my co-host on Ironcast. Who came up with the idea to review a fucking Wham album? Well, one, that never happened, and B, it was you. Two, more fitting nickname for Greg, Little Spoon or Meatwad. He's the Little Spoon. He's the nation's Little Spoon. More fitting nickname for Mr. T. Mr. T or Master Shake. They don't count if you made them up yourself. They don't count if you made them up yourself, Mr. T. You know, we prefer Hipster T and, you know, Terrell the Terrible and Mr. Tit and this sort of thing. More fitting nickname for you, London Bear, or whatever bear thing Greg calls you, or Frylock. I quite like London Bear. I think that's quite a cool nickname. Of all the co-hosts you've had on all of your podcasts, which one would you most want to give a pie to the face to? And then question 6 is Mr. T, isn't it? No. I'd quite like to give a pie to the face of Josh Carlson, just because I think he'd take it in good humour. Of all the guest hosts you've had on all your podcasts, which one would you most want to give a pie to the face to? What, is that the same question again? Yeah, it is. It's James Gilman, isn't it? No, well, yeah. Look, anyone who I've ever had on the podcast, I would like to give a pie to the face of. But that's not to say that they're not all cool people, because I do genuinely like everyone who's been on Ironcast. But you know, it would be a good laugh to you know, start throwing some pies around. I think that'd be good fun. The next question, Grant Harvey, Ironcast Facebook page MVP, yes or no? Absolutely, Grant Harvey is the MVP. That guy posts awesome stuff there all the time. Great stuff. If you could redo one Ironcast episode, which one would it be and why? I'd love to go back and redo some of those early episodes. Just because, you know, we hadn't really sort of gotten our formula yet, and, you know, the chemistry wasn't quite there yet. You know, we hadn't gotten any in-jokes or, you know, recurring gags or anything like that. So to go back to albums like Altars of Madness and Carnival of Souls would be interesting, I think. What song that Greg said he loved surprised you the most? I would probably have to go to something, pretty much anything off of Altars of Madness. I would say I was pretty surprised when Greg said he liked the first time round. What song that Mr. T said he loved surprised you the most? That would be Friday Night by The Darkness. And I was so pleased but so shocked at the same time, because I really love that song too. Of all the Ironcast theme months, which one has been your favourite? That is a tough question, because I've genuinely liked all of them. In terms of the quality of the content we were covering, I think Glam Month was fantastic. You know, you look at the 4 albums we did, I genuinely really like all of them. What else? Episodes from the Crypt was cool. We had a lot of fun doing that one. Yeah, I mean, all of our theme months have been really good. If you had to do one of the theme months that Ironcast has done for an entire year, which one would it be? Off the Rails month. Off the Rails month, I think, would have the most legs over the course of a year. Any truth to the rumour that Ironcast isn't going to be at the Rock and Pod Expo because Mr. T is a fugitive from the US due to his alleged involvement in a child sex slave ring? You are obsessed. You're really bitter about this, aren't you? The fact that we're not going to be at the Rock and Pod Expo. Just accept that we're not very big. We're not a draw. No one wants to come and meet Ironcast. Also, I don't really like flying, so I'm kind of glad I don't have to go. Which band is worse, Rush or Pink Floyd? I would go with Rush, although I really like both bands. You're just a bit of a hipster, and so you can't admit that they're good. Who would be harder to approach, a supermodel or an attractive midget? You've got a problem when it comes to midgets. You're obsessed. The attractive midget is harder to approach, yes. Look, I don't know, man. I don't know. Ever thought that Mr. T was so drunk he was going to puke during a recording session? No, because you're not that kind of drunk. You just speak far quicker than your brain can handle when you're drunk. That's the only difference between you when you're drunk and when you're sober. Are you sick of all the superhero movies lately? I pay them no real heed, personally. It's not my cup of tea, so I'm not that interested. If you had full creative control and unlimited funds, what story would you make into a movie? In terms of a real life story, I would make a biopic about Kiss. Because if that ever happens, you just know it won't be honest. Because certain people would take control of certain aspects. I would love to have the movie made to the, you know, as true to life as possible. I think that would be great. In terms of just an idea that I've had, I would love a film to be made in which a dude kidnaps people, chains them up in a basement, and kind of gets off on shitting in their mouths. I think there need to be more. There need to be more scatological horror movies, because that's one of the last true taboos. So yeah, that's just how I feel. I think there should be more shit in horror movies. Nicolas Cage, the most underappreciated actor of his age, yes or no? Do you like my superhero suit? It's really blue and shit. You should have put the bunny down. Yeah, no, Nicolas Cage. Not a fan. Not a fan, personally. He's better than Keanu Reeves, I'll give you that. If the Premier League is so good, then why do English clubs stink so much in the Champions League? Dude, you've got to quantify the weird shit that's been happening in English football over the last couple of years. Fucking Leicester City won the Premier League last year. Leicester fucking City. That's how weird English football is at the moment. Do you think Dak Prescott will blow more playoff games over the course of his career than Tony Romo did? Fuck you. Fuck you. No. I think Dak Prescott is going to be our man going forward. I think he's going to give it good. I think Dallas Cowboys are going to come good in the next few years. I genuinely believe this was our year, that we were going to do it. I think over the next 2 or 3 years, we've really got to take our opportunity now while we have all these great young players, and do it. And if we don't do it now, then we never will. So yeah. And the last question of the video is the 25th question from Mr. C. If you had to either give up cigarettes or lose a testicle, which would you choose to do without? I would, without even thinking about it, I'd go with losing a testicle and keeping cigarettes. Yeah, I mean, you can. There's people with one ball. You know, look at Hitler. I mean, he made a success of himself, and he only had one testicle. Yeah, I could easily live with one testicle. Yeah, it don't make a big difference. You know, you can still come. So yeah, I mean, you know, and yeah, dude, I would be, as long as I had cigarettes, I'd be absolutely fine. You know, I tried giving up smoking, and the fact that I had 2 balls was absolutely no consolation to me whatsoever. So I'm going to go with the losing a testicle and keeping cigarettes, if I have to pick. Thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have a look how long this video is. Let's see. Ooh, that's not bad. I got through that pretty quickly. Yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see another Q&A, you need to tell all your friends to come and subscribe to me. I'll do one if I get to 200, if you like. Although the reaction to this one has been slightly weaker than the last one, even though I have like 50 more subscribers than I did at the last one, which is weird. Well, not that weird. which is a shame. Less people are watching my videos, is probably what it is. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, subscribe if you're new here. That'd be really cool. Thank you for all your questions, ladies and gentlemen, and I will speak to you again, hopefully soon, if possible. If not, then yeah, I'll see you when I see you.